always wanted to say this. We're homeowners.
Give up the wallet, man. Give it up!
Welcome to the neighborhood.
What? Scared the hell out of me.
Imagine that.
I met our new neighbor, Abel Turner.
And?
He has a very special brand of humor.
Los Angeles, veteran street cop, 20 years. Used to having a certain amount of power in his job. Who lives in a quiet little neighborhood, trying to raise 2 kids by himself. Has very strict Republican ideas about how he wants the world to be and his neighborhood to be. Who comes into a pretty bad encounter with his new neighbor.
To have a person like Sam's character next door, and then him being the police, you know, the person that you would normally turn to, makes for an instantly, you know, interesting movie premise. You know, it's kind of like one that you can say in an instant. You know, I have this bad neighbor and he's a cop. You go, wow, that would suck. You know.
Hey, Slash.
Did you leave this door open? Did you see anyone?
No, I just see you.
The idea was always for it to be a thriller. So I was working under that premise from the very first time I read it. I was also working with a certain set of other knowns, which were like Sam. Sam was already attached to it. So I could read it and go, he's that character. Okay, well, that's an interesting character for him. How can we make it even more interesting?
This is an ordinary guy who's a cop who just happens to, you know, encounter some people that he doesn't like. And that didn't make him evil. That just makes him, you know, kind of unflinching in his attitude about who you are and what I want my world to be and how you conflict with me in terms of who you are and what you bring to my community. So it's not necessarily evil. It's just somebody who's unbending.
The man never made an actual threat against your life, and he has the color issue on his side. Blue.
I think it's, you know, it's probably more a study in the abuse of power. You know, there's the power dynamic in that relationship. You know, there's certainly between the 2 men, and I think it goes beyond race. You know, I think it's a clash of opposites in many ways. It's male and female, it's black and white, it's economic status, you know, kind of blue collar versus white collar, and I think one that can easily be left out but is really important is generational conflict. So I think all those things help make it a better movie than just, you know, a straightforward, I hate you and I'm going to, you know, run you out of the neighborhood.
You guys are lucky. You have a cop living next door.